Hello and welcome to the College Preparation Lessons. These lessons serve as a handbook for grades 9 through 11 in helping them to gain the skills needed to be successful students in high school, develop habits they can apply to college and/or career preparation, and also explore college and career opportunities before they graduate high school so that they have a better ability to navigate in the demands of post-secondary education in acquiring a college degree and/or a career. While this handbook is set up where students can use it independently as a handbook, we all know that in education, the best tool towards reaching students is our relationships with them. If you use this handbook as a way to mentor students, it will have the highest possible outcome, as students sometimes feel anxious and overwhelmed when they are thinking about the big decisions of their future. And as a result, they often become frozen in even what might seem simple tasks or steps. In fact, this handbook was inspired by relationships. In working with the McKinney-Vento Homeless Grant Team, we started thinking about different students we have worked with and how we could help them with the struggles they face, not just in their academics and their lives, but in their ability to even think about tomorrow. In working with youth experiencing homelessness and the traumas they face, helping them to navigate sometimes starts with the most personal questions. What are you struggling with? Or how can I help you? Helping them with the challenges they face, though, is just part of the problem. If we do not think about the tools we can provide them in their post-secondary pursuits, the risk of generational traumas and cyclic socioeconomic struggles looms. That's where these lessons come in. And though they are specifically designed with our students experiencing homelessness in mind, the scary fact is that we may not always know who our students experiencing homelessness are because of their fears of telling others due to stigma attached to homelessness, their potentially unwarranted fears of being taken away from their families, or even just their fears of what could happen if they admit their homeless circumstances. As a result, there may be students experiencing homelessness that you don't even know about. The benefit of these lessons is that though they were inspired to help students who are experiencing homelessness, and they were designed with the idea of breathing belief into this population, they are actually applicable to all of our students. So if you bring them back to your classroom and you use them there, or you share them with students you work with in a club or sports, they can help more students and reach the unknown students experiencing homelessness. For the remainder of this video, I'm going to go through each slide and explain the purpose of the slide and how you can walk students through the slide. So let's dig in. The first slide is the table of contents. Numbers 1 through 3 are meant for all students. So when you hit the hyperlink, it'll take you to the slide on being open-minded. If you click number 2, the college application and graduation starts now, it's a hyperlink that'll take you specifically to those slides. So again, 1 through 3 are meant for everyone. Number 4, starting your path to college, is specific things that are applicable and relevant to ninth graders, things they can do during their ninth grade year. Explore colleges and opportunities is a 10th grade slide specifically relevant to them. 11th grade is actually where college applications start. 11th graders specifically take steps during their 11th grade year for their college application. So that's why that one is college applications start now. The final slide is a belief slide, and it's next steps after 11th grade. So being open-minded is the beginning. All too often, we hear kids that don't believe in themselves. They think something's not meant for them. And even worse is when we hear adults saying, that career is not meant for those kids. College isn't for everyone. Those kids can't go to college. By doing that, we're setting up stereotypes. We're setting up limitations. Is it true that not all students go to college? Absolutely. Is it true that students who become adults who don't go to college often have wonderful families, enriching lives, and great careers? Absolutely. But imagine if, as a 25-year-old, a 35-year-old, a 55-year-old, a 65-year-old, you had a group of people telling you, you're not meant for X, you're not meant for Y. We would often feel slighted, stigmatized, stereotyped. And that's the same thing that goes for kids. We have to help them to believe in themselves and believe in their futures. 14-year-olds should not have limitations placed on them for their careers, their college, their futures. No age should. So this slide is really just about breathing belief into students so that they can have the opportunities to decide at the end of their high school career what in fact they want to go to. Now, do we all know that when they graduate, they may not know? And is that a normal, natural process? Absolutely. May they change their mind 15 times? Absolutely. But what this section is all about is allowing them to believe and giving them opportunity to decide. So that's where pursuing our dreams come. When kids are children and they're 3 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old, everyone says, yes, you can. This video is a book created by Sierra, who's a singer and author, Russell Wilson, who was a former NFL football player, Janae Brown Wood, Jessica Gibson, who are illustrators. And the whole concept of this book that these creators created was why not you? The whole idea is let's not put limitations on anyone based on their age, based on their socioeconomics, based on their ethnicity. It's a powerful, culturally diverse, and culturally enriched video. Then the next video is a song called The Script, created by Hall of Fame and featuring will.i.am. The irony is this video is meant for adolescents through adults. In the video, we see a lot of different limitations. We see people experiencing homelessness, people experiencing lower socioeconomic problems, people experiencing abuse. And this is where the idea of life comes in and how life starts putting limitations. The beautiful thing, though, is that this song is meant to inspire. It talks about grit. It talks about diversity and the fact that sometimes our circumstances make us stronger than anyone who hasn't experienced them. So the concept of this slide is to kind of get through the idea that childhood through adolescence does change. Problems become more magnified, traumas start emerging, but it doesn't put limitations on who we are and what we can do. This is also a slide that helps us to believe in possibility. Post-secondary education based on 2023 data clearly shows that the higher your income, your degree is, the higher the average income is in the United States during this year. Unemployment rates, the higher your college degree, the lower the unemployment rate was. So this is based on data from 2023 US Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it's just to open up the ideas of discussion about opportunity and what brings opportunity. This is also a source from Georgetown University Center on Education and the Workforce Analysis. And essentially, what it shows is during the 2008 recession, those that had college degrees typically were able to have employment. Even if they lost their jobs, they were able to have employment in a shorter period of time than those people who did not. So this is just data that shows, again, the opportunity of education and the opportunity it brings with stability and employment. These are two different videos that help students to explore the ability of seeking things out. So for the first video, it is you don't actually know what your future self wants. And he talks about the different pathway he had and the different things that he thought he wanted for his future. But as he progresses, he realizes that what he wanted when he was younger didn't pan out to be what he wanted as an adult. The other video we see is Making Your Dreams a Reality. She talks about how when she graduated college, she had a specific mindset of what she was going to do, and things changed as she progressed. So again, the whole concept of this video is to be open-minded and let life help you to decide, and your exploration of things help you to decide what you want to do for your future. The next step is college application and graduation starts now. And in this, it talks about the different requirements for A through G and the different things students will need to do for that. The beautiful thing about this slide is it shows that there is a diverse set of pathways. You have community college, and it shows you the opportunities there. You have CSUs, and it shows the opportunities on that pathway. University of California, the UCs, and the pathways there. Private nonprofit college universities out of state and the potential there. But it also shows the information about vocational or trade schools. We have AV Adult Ed, where students can be getting certificates to work in career paths through our district. So the nice thing about this slide is it shows there's an abundance of opportunities after high school, and that college isn't necessarily the only pathway. This slide talks about A through G courses required for college application. It has a hyperlink to the high school graduation requirements, a hyperlink to the the high school course requirements for California public universities, which is CSUs and UCs. It shows you both websites and explains the difference between the two. You're going to see on the right side of the screen, there's a high school graduation requirements and transcripts video. That video helps students to understand how to look at their transcripts, how to see if they're meeting the high school graduation requirements. What are the high school graduation requirements? The second link is the courses required for California Public University. That's actually a video that explains what the course requirements are that students need to take in high school in order to be eligible to take college classes. It also talks about the differences between high school graduation requirements and college requirements A through G to apply to college. The last one we have is the video on EGETC and prereqs for majors. That's specifically helping our students that are taking college classes, also known as dual enrollment or concurrent enrollment. The beautiful thing is that dual enrollment and concurrent enrollment are students that can take high school and college classes at ABC, and the college classes are free. Those classes can help towards their high school graduation requirements, and they can also help for their certificates or bachelor's degrees that they are earning while they're in high school. So that video explains how that process is. You might be wondering, who can do dual enrollment and concurrent enrollment? Is it only specific high school, specific students? We have dual enrollment and concurrent enrollment available for all of our students. Comp sites, alternate sites, and early college high school, all students have this possibility. And these videos explain those. The next part is setting up classes for A through G requirements. This starts their 9th grade year, and every year they should be going into and updating their classes, the grades they've taken, and it helps them to make sure that by their senior year, they have all the high school classes they need to apply to college. So our district is using californiacolleges.edu. There is if the kids click on that link and they follow the steps that I have indicated here, it will help them to do that. This is a great slide that has college prep timeline. If you look at the 9th grade, there are specific hyperlinks and specific things students can be doing their 9th grade year. Then there are specific things for 10th grade year, 11th grade year, different actually semesters during the 11th grade year, and then the same goes for 12th grade year. The beautiful thing about this is they can start their 9th grade year, and it's not huge and overwhelming. It's little bitty steps that helps them to get a better idea of not just college, but careers, what they want to do, and how also to better understand themselves. So for instance, in 9th grade, the interest profiler has them taking things and figuring out what they're interested in and what they might go in as far as jobs, careers, and so far and so forth. The same thing is in their 10th grade year, their 11th grade year, and their 12th grade year. This specifically is Study Habits 101. This applies to all students. And so you're going to see a video from a college professor who outlines the different steps that students can take and things that students should do in order to be successful students. After that slide, I actually have a slide for each step. These are not meant to be read or gone over all at once. They really should be gone over one at a time, and then the student apply that strategy. So for instance, the first strategy is academic persistence. You're going to notice in each of the slides there is description. So for instance, start by reading this list of strategies to increase persistence and motivation in your own learning in classes. And then there are articles that are engaging and short that students can learn about. Some of these hyperlinks you're going to also notice are videos. So though I may have the video in the slide, I also hyperlink it just in case for whatever reason the video embedded doesn't work. You're going to also see that I have a paragraph or a sentence before each video, and that's where I meant that it can be done independently. If you look at that paragraph, for instance, before why you need why and how to find it, that whole paragraph is an intro and an explanation. It's what I would have said if I were teaching the lesson, and then we go into the slide, the link. Improving communication skills to build relationships. The whole point of this slide is that we have to ask for help. And if we ask for help, we're often going to get help. It helps students to understand that teachers, adults, people are actually there to help them and that they shouldn't be intimidated by it. So this is actually a socio-emotional skill that's not just specific to high school or college, but is actually something that they can use in their everyday lives. Improving time management. You're going to see that I have a video from a counselor. He talks about different things students can do for time management. That's what the hyperlink is. And then I give them a time log. And this time log is just so that they can track where their time is being spent and how they can better organize their time once they notice the patterns. This slide is all about getting organized. And the whole concept of this slide is that sometimes we have imposter syndrome, and our imposter syndrome leads us to not do certain things. And then self-fulfilling prophecy comes in. So we might not be doing things, and those things end up hurting us. And then the self-fulfilling prophecy comes in where, oh, we're not good enough. We're not capable because we failed at this, because we didn't study. And so the whole goal of this slide is to help students to realize that if they stay organized, that self-fulfilling prophecy of imposter syndrome can be stopped. Digital organization. This is something that's key to now. Everything that we all have those Google Drives that are crazy. There's a million different things in them. We can't find that file. So the whole concept of this is to help students with organizing their digital organization so that they can find files better. This one is about using our resources. So this teaches students to use Khan Academy, for instance, when they don't understand something. It helps them how to use Grammarly for checking their mistakes in their essays or their writing. It helps them to create study habits, flashcards through Quizlet. It helps them to use Canva to create flyers or slides that are more appealing to their audiences. They can go to tutor.com and get live tutoring. They can go to Socratic, that's another online tutoring. So again, it's trying to teach students that they don't have to do things just with their brain alone or all by themselves, that there's actually resources that can help them to organize and study better. And then this is the concept that the professor talked about with Read Weekly. Now, she said read a book a week. Now, that might be a great thing, but we all know that not everybody is a book reader. So, what I tried to do with this slide is show students that they can read just tidbits of news that are the most important things that have happened in a week, or even if they're just reading a teen magazine about stuff they care about, it's going to enhance their reading. This concept is the fact that we have to schedule breaks between. We have to reward ourselves when we are doing activities that are good. A lot of times students will think, I need to sit down and I need to study for 3 hours for a test. Their brain can't function for 3 hours. Our brains can't function for 3 hours. So instead, it might be, let's study for 15 minutes and then give myself a 5-minute break. Let me study for 20 minutes and then give myself a 5-minute break. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go on my phone and send 5 text messages if I can get this assignment. So it teaches kids how to schedule breaks so that they can be more successful at getting things done. This is where we start to go into the specific grade pathway. So if you'll see, I always try to highlight the pathway on that one timeline that we gave. This is the 9th grade pathway. And from here, what I did is I actually incorporated different activities that would help with getting all of these bullets done. And so you're going to see that this is the interest profile. This is a high school and communities activities record where they can keep track of the different clubs, different things they're involved in. The interest profiler is amazing because it helps them to figure out what they like. It helps them to figure out careers that might match their interests. It helps. This section is specifically about looking for colleges and knowing what to look for. So it's some online resources and different things that help them kind of go through that. I also have specific information about foster support and students experiencing homelessness, basic supports that they get, and that can help them to know that they have more opportunity. Then we go into the 10th grade slide. We have the bullets for the 10th grade, and from here, you're going to see there's different activities that are based on those bullets. So this one here is understanding passions. The video is about somebody who, a teenager who really loved music, and he was experiencing a lot of problems, and music ended up being his passion. And he ended up finding that he could do music for his future and his career pathway. Also, the concept of this is knowing your values. This is a great website because what it does is it helps them to understand their values, but it also matches careers to their values. This part, again, is the interest profiler, but also it teaches them how to get involved in different volunteer opportunities in their community so that they can start building that career resume. They can start building the college resume. This is a great website, great slide, I should say, with multiple websites because it tells them, it uses the MIT Living Wage Calculator. What area, what city do they want to live in, and what's the average income they're going to need in that? Then if they click on the My Path, it tells them the career assessment tool, helps them figure out different careers, but also tells them the potential wages that they would be making and different college programs they can do for that. The Salary Surfer also talks about different wages they could be using, and then it shows them different career components for that. The whole concept of this is that we have to understand the cost of living and see what careers we have, how much that's going to make, and what kind of life would that give us in the cost of living. Then we have the Practice PSAT Khan Academy, different tools on how to prep for the PSAT. This page also helps them to understand their test scores for the PSAT and the SAT and the college's average scores of where they want to go in case the colleges require the PSAT or SAT. I mean, the SAT or the SAT. This is a virtual campus tour where they can go and visit different campuses online, see different college opportunities that might apply to them. This page is specifically about financial aid, helps them to understand the different types of financial aid. And then this is for 11th grade, college applications starting now. So you'll see that this first slide helps them to understand their passions and find jobs in those passions, helps them to take that values assessment, because as they progress through grades, their values are going to change, and matches careers to those values. Again, the cost of living and career exploration. But you'll see that in step 2 and step 3, I actually put additional resources that'll help them to, what can I do with my major? What kind of career, and a career test. So although it's similar to 10th grade, it's different because it's a little bit more advanced for the 11th grade maturity. This one is also more and additional resources for community service, but it also matches scholarships and financial opportunities they can get for those services. This is information about how to apply for the merit-based scholarship that happens when they take the PSAT their junior year.
I'm sure.
Again, campus tours. This one is information about understanding college costs. Kids are intimidated and they don't really understand the costs, so it talks about the real costs, but it also helps them to research the cost for the colleges they want to go to. This slide is specifically information they need in setting up and getting ready for the FAFSA, things they can do their junior year towards understanding and doing that. This website is about finding the perfect college. It helps them doing college matches, helps them understand a reach, match, and safety school, understanding college acceptance rates, and has a number of different websites where they can go to explore colleges, but also apply. This website explains the differences between CSUs and UC applications, but it also talks to them about the EOP program, which nearly every one of our students, if not every student, I would say apply for it, because most of our students will get the EOP program, and it will help support them by giving them support, financial aid, early enrollment, all kinds of stuff. This is steps to applying to ABC and COC and specific information for our students experiencing homelessness. And then this website slide is specific information again to McKinney-Vento supports, financial aid supports, career exploration. This is all kinds of resources that they can use for their senior years as well. I hope that you find that this information is helpful. You are definitely welcome to reach out to me. I am happy to help you, because the dream starts with you for students.